Welcome back everybody to a brand new rebuild. We are going back to England and we are picking a London side. Can you guess who it is? They have won the FA Cup 8 times. They've won the Premier League or the top flight English League 6 times. They've won European silverware. They also finished runners-up in the Club World Championships in 2012. Can you guess who it is? They play in blue. They're at Stamford Bridge. And of course, it's no other than Chelsea. We're going to try and take Chelsea back to the top of the Premiership, where Liverpool and Man City have been dominating quite successfully over the past couple of seasons. Chelsea did finish third the season just gone, so we're going to try and replicate that, if not better. And then we're going to be trying to get some big transfers in there. So we're going to try and win the Champions League again, win the Premiership, and also win all the other cup competitions. We're going to try and break that monopoly of Liverpool and Man City at the top. As you can see, the trophies that they've won across the top: the Champions League 2012, 2021, the Premiership 6 times, last one being in 2017, the European Cup Winners' Cup, the Europa League. They've won the Super Cup, the FA Cup 8 times, the Carabao Cup 5 times, and then the Community Shield. They did have a bad dip in 2015-16 where they finished 10th, and then the season after they went and won it, and then since then it's been 5th, 3rd, 4th, and 3rd just gone. So they've not really been out of the top 10 at all, if that, maybe even top 5 really. Just that one blip they did have, but apart from that, they've been pretty solid and been one of the better teams in the Premiership. Looking at their squad, they've got quite a few players that are out on loan. If we have a look at some of the better players they have got, so the Kante, which is virtually a 5-star player, and his contract runs out in a couple of years' time. Rudiger, Lukaku as well. We did see him go this season. I think has he gone back on loan to Inter? I'm not quite sure. Has he gone on a permanent deal? I'm not quite sure. We're going to see if we can get the best out of him this season. Mendy as well, Jorginho. We've got Reece James, a 21-year-old super. I say super kid. I'm guessing he's a wonder kid. Well, it's not saying he's a wonder kid, but with them sort of our ratings and what have you, there's no reason why I shouldn't be. Mason Mount as well, one of the upcoming stars as well. Kovacic, Silva, Pulisic as well. And Havertz as well. He's only 22 years old, Havertz. Need to make more use of him as well. A couple of players on loan. Saul being one of them in the midfield. Damn it, there's always a player I can't pronounce. Ziyech as well amongst them as well. Ben Chilwell, Christensen, Bakayoko, who's out on loan at them currently. A couple of youngsters. Adoy. We're going to see if we can make use of him. Gallagher, Shalaba. Going through the whole team, it looks very, very exceptional. And there's a lot of players out on loan. I mean, to be perfectly honest, some of these players we could probably offload, because I don't think they're going to get into the first team, unfortunately. Club vision, they want us to play entertaining football, play attacking football as well. Maintain the best youth system in the country. We'll win the World Championships. I'm guessing we're in that competition. Qualify for the Champions League. Reach the final of the FA Cup. Semi-final of the Champions Cup as well. Really? The Champions League, really? Carabao, not important. And Euro Super Cup, not important as well. And they're looking to sell the club in 22-23, which of course we know that they have done. Money-wise, let's have a look, see what we're going to be playing with. They're going to be giving us £39 million. That doesn't seem an awful lot, does it? At all. There is a lot of room for improvement for the staff, so we're going to have to get that sorted as well. If we have a look at the favoured 5-3-2 formation. Okay, so they like to play wing backs. I mean, I've not really played with wing backs in any of these rebuilds. Maybe this might be the first time to start doing it. Who knows? But having 2 up front, I think, is probably the way to go. Clearly, wing-wise, why aren't we using wingers? We should be using wingers, but they haven't got really any good wing backs. Central defenders have got, midfielders, DMs. Having 2 DMs and one midfielder. I don't know how that would work though. Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho. I mean, they can all play there. That's not a bad formation to use. And what about this one? Just flipping it round. I mean, that's probably more like it though, to be fair. But we have got a lot of attacking players, so I don't see a reason why we shouldn't have a attacking midfielder. What about the 4-2-2-2? And that could work for us. Again, wingers and what have you. The 3-5-2. There's a lot of formations you can possibly. What about diamond? I mean, the diamond could work, depending on what our wingers are like, though, to be fair. Right, we'll have a play around with this. We've got £39 million to spend. When we come back, we'll have some sort of side or formation to tackle the first season. As there has been no transfer activity, we'll go through the transfers that have been made before we joined the club. We're in a transfer embargo at the moment, with the club's going an undertaking of ownership or something. I don't know. The club's being bought out. So that kind of ruined a few things for us anyway. So even though we had about £40 million in the pot, we can't spend it. So that is really, really annoying. So we're having to make do with what we've got. But Lukaku joined at the beginning of July for £98 million. Bettinelli, the goalkeeper from Fulham. Dylan Williams from Derby. Burstow from Charlton for 1.5. And Sowell on loan. A few people go out the door as well, like Tammy Abraham has gone to Roma. Zuma's gone to West Ham. Tomore's gone to Milan even. I'm very surprised to let him go. I'm wondering if we can actually buy him back, because he's a really, really good defender and one that I wouldn't have let go at all. So I think that's something for the future, I think, to bring him back to the club. Giroud's gone to Milan for £850,000 as well. So a lot of other players going out on a free, some out on loan as well, and yeah, we're just left with the same squad that we had right at the very beginning. So our squad is this is a formation and the squad that's going to be playing it. So Mendy's in goal. We've got Rudiger, which we're trying to get a contract on, and we're trying to offer a new contract. And yeah, while there's a process of takeover, we can't sign him. So that could prove a few problems, because we won't come back until the end of we won't come back to the end of May. His contract runs out in 2022, so there's a little bit of a problem. We tried to get him to re-sign, but we may have to look elsewhere if he goes. So it is a little bit of a pain. Silva as well. We've got Pulisic on that left-hand side and Lukaku up front. We've paid that amount of money for him, might as well use him for this season. That's the side that we're going with. That's the formation as well that we're going to be playing. And to be perfectly honest, it's worked pretty well. I mean, it's been consistent. Just that one draw with Hamburger. We've played a few friendlies: Fleetwood, Forest, Bilbao, Bayern Munich. We beat Villarreal in the Euro Super Cup, so that's another trophy to add, with Lukaku getting the winner. And then we start the campaign with a 3-1 win over Watford, an 8-1 victory over Newcastle. I mean, that is phenomenal. I mean, that's probably another rebuild we might do later on. I mean, Lukaku 5 goals, Mason Mount 3 goals. I couldn't add up then. And Lukaku with another further 2 in the 2-0 victory over Arsenal away from home even. That does leave us top of the table, 3 from 3. Man City have dropped points, and Liverpool, they're struggling. 1 win. They are struggling, unless... No, it is 1 win. I thought they might have been all 3 draws. The Club World Championships don't start until February, so we won't get to see that, but we'll have a look what happens. The Champions League, we've drawn Dortmund, Porto and Milan. So hopefully we'll see what Tomori does for Milan, and then hopefully we'll bring him back next season if Rudiger goes. I want to bring Tomori back in. And the Super Cup, there were confirmation there. The FA Cup reached the final, and the Carabao Cup, we've drawn Leicester. A lot of activity going on this season, and the season preview as well, to finish 3rd behind City and Liverpool. Well, we're going to try and break that up if we can. Any of our lads in there at all, apart from Kante? Okay, other than that, nobody else touches the mark. Oh, Kane up front, interesting. Right, okay. Well, if we haven't done any transfers, who else has done? So Newcastle got Eric Dyer and Diego Carlos from Sevilla. They've been spending some money. Dest has gone to Man City, and Newcastle also pick up Renato Sanchez in midfield. Wow, they have been spending pretty well, haven't they? Pavard's gone to Tottenham. Man City pick up Vigo. Liverpool pick up Mazraoui. Leeds, Dolberg to Leeds. Wow, that's a good, interesting buy for them as well. Newcastle let go of Longstaff to Burnley for 13 mil. Okay, let's simulate season 1. We'll see how we get on. Fingers crossed we can break that monopoly at the top. Well, this season hasn't gone down to plan. We're not even in the Champions League either. We're in the Europa League. We finished 5th in the table, 1 point behind Man U. And even more disappointing, 11 points behind Tottenham. Wow, that's disappointing. But look at Arsenal. Arsenal finished 10th in what can just be described as a poor season for them. But again, a poor season for us. 18 wins, though. That's disgraceful. A lot of draws in there. 66 points. Well off the pace from the leaders, which we're trying to compete with. But with the transfer embargo that we had, did we have a takeover in then? Abramovich leaves. New chairperson Rob Barley takes over consortium. So there has been a takeover in October. Disappointing all the same then to wait that long to play with the lads that we did have. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. On the plus side, Lukaku gets 35 goals for the season, leading goal scorer. He also gets 3rd best player of the season. Reece James gets most chances created for the team. And he also gets most assists as well. That's quite a good season for him. So let's unravel this mess then. So we had an unbeaten start then, August. Then we carried it on against Villa and Leeds. But we do lose 4-2 to Man City. That's bad. And we lose 3-1 at home to Brentford. Then Liverpool. But we do beat Man U 4-1. So there's good news. Silver lining. Some more scores go. I mean, we lose to Norwich away from home. That's bad. A lot of draws, like I was saying. The wing-back formation just doesn't seem to do an awful lot. We may have to go a bit more attacking, I feel. Either have a DM or a Cam in there instead, I'm thinking. But Liverpool we lose again there, 3-1. But a lot of draws. Draws have really cost us this season. Watford we lose. We even lose to Leicester and Brighton even. But we do finish strongly towards the end with a 2-0 win over Man City on the last day of the season as well. We do beat Arsenal, Everton, draw with Leeds and Tottenham. But yeah, Lukaku getting among the goal scoring there quite a lot. FA Cup, we get as far as the quarterfinals where we lose 3-1 to Southampton after beating Luton, Brentford and Man U with Lukaku getting the goal. He scored in every round as well, Lukaku. Carabao Cup, we get as far as the quarterfinals, losing on penalties to Man City. Disappointing, that's after overcoming Leicester and Burton. The Champions League, wow. That's not what I expected. Just the one win. It's the formation. We're not liking that formation at all. It's too defensive by my reckoning. Even though we had 3 defenders and wing-backs, we seem to be conceding an awful lot of goals as well. We lose to Milan. Dortmund. We only lose 2 games though, but 3 draws. It's not enough to get out of the group. We do go into the Europa, where we beat Malmo 7-0 on aggregate. So that's a great result. Marseille 1-0, only just. That winner coming from Pulisic as well after 42 minutes. And then Benfica. We lose the first leg 5-4. I mean, to concede 5 goals, it's pretty bad. And that was all before, all the goals before half time. Wow, that is remarkable. And then we do get one back. And then Ramos for Benfica, 80th minute winner for them. That is so disappointing. But we do win the Club World Championships. We beat FLA 3-1 in the final after beating Lyon 1-0 in the semis. Well, there's a silver lining in all of this. That's a fantastic result. We get some silverware as well as a Super Cup that we did win earlier in the season. So the Super Cup followed by the Club World Championship. We're not going to grumble. It's silverware and it's quite a prestigious one, I'm guessing. But I'll be happy with that. I mean, I would have loved a higher finish in the league at least anyway. But to finish off with a trophy, that's very, very well played. So let's have a look at our squad then, see how well we did. So 56 goal Lukaku. How can we get rid of him? Would you get rid of him at this point? He's still got a few years left on his contract. We paid an awful lot of money for him. I'm not willing to let him go. But 56 goals for him. Havertz with 17, 14 for Pulisic, 12 for Mount. And nobody else really came close. Werner only had a handful of games, 2 goals. Very disappointing for him. Maybe it's time to let him go. He's not going to get any game time while we've got Lukaku, I don't think. How long has he got left in his contract? Oh, a few more years yet then. We might just switch in between the pair of them then, maybe. Assist-wise, 16 for Reece James. Chilwell, 14. So the two wing-backs have done their job then. So it seems. Pulisic with 12. 10 for Havertz. Kovacic with 10 as well. Mount weighing in with 9. A few more all the way down the listing as well. Let's have a look what we're going to be playing with this season. So they're going to give us around about £56 million as well. If we let go of a couple of players as well, which we're hoping to do so, then we can up that and bring in a few more quality players. But I think we're going to have to do something about this formation. Maybe we don't use these as ball winning, maybe as a wide centre backs, possibly. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe have another season at this formation, but we do need to get some better players in here. Right, let's go and spend this money, and we'll be right back. Right, the first of our signings then for this season, Jules Koundé, centre back. We needed somebody at the back, somebody young, somebody really tough as well. He's resolute. He's an elite centre back also, which is an added bonus, and he's young, and we've got him for quite a while, so as long as we can keep hold of him and he plays to his potential, we are going to be quids in. We pick him up from Sevilla, £72 million though. It's an awful lot of money, up to £90 million. We just had to spend the money in order to get these players in. We didn't spend anything last season, and they didn't really give us anything more than the 39 really than what we had. So, I mean, £56 million, so they only added an extra 20 million. It wasn't an awful lot, though, to be fair, so really disappointed with that. But already 4 games, 7.53, he's already paying us back tenfold, I think. And I think he's going to be a really, really good addition. Great heading, great balance as well. Physicals look really amazing. I'm hoping he's going to score a few goals for us as well. And we also bring in, which I think would be a typical Chelsea signing, we bring in Pedri, the youngster, the wonder kid, the 19-year-old from Barcelona. Costs us a fair packet, I tell you, but look at them stats. At 19 years old, we're changing our formation. If you haven't gathered already, we're going to use the cam roll, and that's where he's going to be playing. Absolutely stunning. At 19 years old, you can't grumble at him at all. 4 assists in 4 games for us already. Had a really good season with Barcelona last season, and he's just kicking off this season straight away. Already half the assists. Hopefully he's going to get a few goals as well, but he's cost us £115 million, ladies and gentlemen. An awful lot of money. We haven't got the cash, but we had to sell a midfielder, and I think we let go of Jorginho in the end. He was up to I think he was around about 30, 31. He wanted an improved contract. I wasn't prepared to spend 300 grand a week on him. We'll cash in on him now and bring somebody like Pedri in. And one last signing, we bring in a left and right back, Georgie Sanchez. Very cheap. That's all the money we had left. We have nobody covering our left and right back. So we pick him up from America and Mexico. £3 million, I think up to 5. Not bad couple of seasons. He's only here as backup. That's all he is. So hopefully he may get some game time, hopefully. Out the door, as you see, it's gone over 2 seasons. So at the end of last season, we bring in Koundé. And also we let go of Marcus Alonso. He's gone to Bournemouth for £15 million. Dylan Williams, a youngster, he's gone to Brighton for 11.5. I'm wondering whether that was a mistake. And Xavier Simons has gone to Brighton under 23s on a free. And if we look at this half of the season, from July onwards, a lot of players going out on a free. Ross Barkley's gone to Porto for 9.5. Jorginho, like I say, he's gone for 38 million to Milan, and that is about it. So a lot of money spent, a lot of money brought in as well at the same time. Finances don't look that bad actually. We are spent up. We've still got £106 million. And we're still under wages, so I think we've done relatively well. And needless to say, we've kept a 100% record in all competitions. Friendlies, we demolished everybody. 6-0, 3-1, 3-1, 4-0. 4-0 against PSG as well, may I add. Mount, Ziyech and Pulisic with the goals. And then we start our league campaign. We beat Brighton's 2-0. Then we beat Blackburn 6-0. Watford 5-1 and Fulham 5-0. I mean, it's just crazy how that's happened already. I mean, we've scored goals aplenty. I mean, that is just ridiculous. And we only conceded the 1 goal. That does see us top of the table with a goal difference of 17. We've scored 18 goals already this season. I mean, that's absolutely mad. And Arsenal 14. That's silly as well. In the Europa League, we draw Antwerp, Midtjylland and Partizan. We've got to get through this. We have to win this. The FA Cup, we come in on the 3rd round. The Carabao Cup, we've got Leeds. So that's going to be interesting as well. So not many cups this time round. And with them signings, they've got us up now to 3rd position, 11-2 to win the league. Now, we've cut the odds down a little bit. So I'd say that's about 5-1, 6-1. Liverpool 2-1. Man City, I'd say about 2-1 as well. We're closing the gap with Man U behind us with Tottenham. Arsenal 33-1 as well. Man City lose Jesus. He's gone to PSG as well. So PSG are looking to mean business here. Milan have taken Jorginho, but we've strengthened with Pedri, so we haven't wasted the money. Leicester have Januzaj, £30 million from Real San Sebastian. Be interesting to see how well he does. £914 million spent in the transfer window. That is an awful lot of money. Not quite the billions like they normally spend, but an awful lot of money. Any of our players in here now? Pulisic, Lukaku and James. Okay, we're getting people into the Dream 11. We're starting to look good. Right, let's simulate Season 2. Fingers crossed. This time, we might get a little bit closer to the top. Well, I'm not going to lie. Change in formation. A couple of players added and we are top of the world. Look at that. We've won the Premiership by just a point, mind. 26 wins, 4 draws. 8 lost, a lot less draws converted into wins, and I think that's the same amount of losses we got as well, but 101 goals with 47 against. That is something we do need to work on, the goals conceded, but if we can score double that, it doesn't matter, does it really? 54 goal difference, that is amazing. And Lukaku 49 goals, more than double than Jimenez in 2nd spot. That's obscene. And Pedri in his first season gets the most assists. And Lukaku is obviously the best player in the league. Koundé and Rudiger, most interceptions made. But we do come out on the most goals scored in the league and chances created. I mean, that's 205 chances created this season. Brilliant. And we lost our last game 4-0 by looks of things to Man United. What did Liverpool do then? They must have lost. Did they? They lost 3-2 to Leeds. And Man City, what did they do? They lost 4-2 to West Ham. What a crazy season. Right, if we have a look at the league results then. So we were unbeaten right up until mid-October, where we lost 2-1 to Arsenal. That's after beating Liverpool 2-0 as well. We did beat Man U 2-1 though earlier on in the season. A couple of wins and draws again. We did have a little bit of a blip in January, losing to Villa, Man City and Leeds. Close games, but we still lost to them all the same. Couple of big wins here. Bournemouth 5-0, 4-0. Blackburn. So Blackburn we beat 6-0 I think earlier on in the season. Yeah, and 4-0 this time round. That's not bad. 10-0 on aggregate over a season. That's quite nice. And we didn't concede a goal in February as well. We start off March with the loss to Brighton. Draw with Villa and beat Norwich. And then the same sort of thing happens in April. We end and begin with a loss 4-1. To Liverpool and Leicester. But we do beat Arsenal 3-2 and a West Ham thumping of 5-0 there. We have a very good end to the season. A 7-1 win over Burnley as well. That's just mental. Lukaku again with another 5, not quite getting his double hat-trick, but losing to United 4-0 away from home. We must have had a lot of injuries. That's what we're going to put that down to. The FA Cup, we reached the quarterfinals where we lose to Man U. And that's after beating Liverpool, Leeds and Arsenal to get there. That really hurts. Away from home at Old Trafford once again. Zinola and Rashford scoring. The Carabao Cup, yeah, 4th round. We didn't even win in normal time. Penalties, both games. Beating Leeds the first time and then Man City. So it's another Manchester club that knocks us out. There was no Champions League football, but we are in the Europa League. And as hopefully predicted, we go on and win that. And we smash Bilbao 5-2 in the final with the Lukaku hat-trick. Do lose to Midtjylland 2-1 though. That's disappointing. After beating them 5-2 at home, we beat Partizan and Antwerp 4-0. Antwerp again 5-0 this time. Partizan 3-1. But yeah, that loss there, that really hurts. But that does see us top of the table. 22 goals scored though. Second knockout round, we beat Sporting 4-0 with a Havertz hat-trick. Then we play Monaco and we win that 7-2 overall. Lukaku again enjoying a lot of spell scoring goals, isn't he? Milan over the 2 legs, 4-2 overall with a 3-0 at home. Really helping us out. Lukaku brace, and he did score in the away leg as well. So that kind of eased the expectations. But yeah, nice win and another trophy. Squad looks very, very small, but we don't need a large squad. Lukaku tops the bill with, wow, what can you say to that? 72 goals in 53 games for Lukaku. Havertz as well, 26 goals with 20 assists. Pulisic, 20 goals as well. I mean, you're talking over 100 goals between the pair of them there even. Wow. Well, nearly 100 goals between Havertz and Lukaku alone. Mount gets 12, 6 for Pedri. Not a bad season for him, but he does get 26 assists. A few more goals going through the whole team, but yeah, 26 assists for Pedri in his first season. 20 for Havertz, Mount with 15, 14 for Kante, Pulisic with 10. I mean, everybody's weighing in and doing their bit. Lukaku is returned back to Chelsea. 84 goals now in 73 league appearances. Why would you want anybody else? We will do eventually, though. He is 30 years old, so we might get another season out of him and see what happens and then try and bring in another youngster. But that is just, that's mental. Finances, not an awful lot. Somehow we managed to find ourselves in the red and we're only being given £45 million. I don't understand. I'm not quite sure where we've gone wrong with this. We're well under budget on wages. We didn't spend all our... Well, we did spend all our budget. But for some reason, we're... have we got any debt? There's no debts. Or I suppose transfer debt if you're talking, I guess. Overall, I mean, there is money to come in through sponsorships. I mean, there's 100, 130... probably about £135 million to come in as well. We've got some spending to do anyway, £45 million. Hopefully we could bring in another 1 or 2 players in. But I do believe maybe wing backs are a priority this time. Maybe somebody else in midfield as well. Because I'm guessing Kante's into his 30s now. So let's go and spend this money. And we'll be right back. Well, we have gone the full hog in spending some money this season. We say goodbye to some big players and we welcome even bigger players. Starting in reverse order, Benjamin Sesko, a forward. We decided to bring in another youngster to play alongside our main signing up front. You'd be surprised, it's not Lukaku. He came on the radar. He's got very high potential. He's a wonder kid. He's 20 years old. He looks absolutely superb, and to be the understudy to our main signing and the statement for this season is a pretty good buy. And he only cost £14.5 million from Salzburg. We had him in another save previously, and I can't believe how cheap he is. He is not going to be our front runner for this season, but he is going to be there just in case, and I couldn't be more happier. He hasn't played any games yet, though, unfortunately. He's not likely to, I don't think, but we'll see how it goes. But £14.5 million, we can't grumble at all. At the back, we bring in Wesley Fofana. We have got Rudiger at the back, who is aging a little bit. He's into his 30s now. Fofana, he could play alongside Koundé as well, his fellow countryman. And I think that will be a really, really good partnership as well. 22 years old. We've signed him off till 2028. Another 5 years. Absolutely superb. And his stats look really, really good as well. £90 million leading up to £100 million. Yes, an awful lot of money. But he's got an assist already, though. And he's playing at a 7.1 after 3 games. We can't say fairer than that, can we? And physicals look amazing. Heading and jumping. Wow. Let's see him score goals from corners, shall we? And our main signing. Yes, Chelsea have pulled a coup in this 3rd season. Erlen Harland is at Chelsea. £350,000 a week. 5-star. He looks absolutely superb. And at 23 years old, you cannot not buy him. He was our first signing, to be fair. And wow, already he's scored... lots of goals. It's 4 goals in 3 games already in the league. But 17 goals in pre-season, we're making a statement here, boys and girls. We are wanting to win everything. How much are you asking? Well, £90 million up to £100 million yet again. And I just think he's just going to be absolutely superb. If Lukaku could score 70-odd goals in a season, I want him to beat that. And hopefully he will do. Well, give him a season or two, and he should be able to. But I'm quite looking forward to seeing what this young man does for us. With that in mind, we did have to let go of a couple of players. Lukaku, he's gone to Barcelona for £79 million. Ziyech's gone to Tigres to 20.5. We had to let go of some other players as well that are on a free. Loads going out on loan. Loftus-Cheek has gone to Leeds for £15 million, so we let him go as well. So £15 million in there, £100 million there, 115. I mean, it is a net spend of around about £90 million. So to get some big figures like these in, with that in mind, we're going to head Harland right at the very top, Pedri right behind him, Fofana and Koundé at the back, and Mendy, of course. Mendy could be the next person that we might be replacing. We'll see what happens. But we have got some very, very good players in here now. Pulisic is playing absolutely superb. Havertz. We've got Kante as well, still Kovacic. We're looking to replace some of these players eventually. Pre-season has gone superb, as you might have guessed. Pre-season started off with a 3-1 victory over PSG, with Haaland netting his first goal for us. Then we had a couple of big scores, 8-7 and 11-0. Then we played Hamburger, which was a 3-1. Then we start the campaign in the Charity Shield, 4-1, first trophy of the season, followed quickly by the Euro Super Cup with a 2-1 victory over Barcelona. Then we beat Man United 2-0 in the league, followed by 3-0 in the league, and then a close 3-2 victory away at Brighton. Haaland scoring goals already. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this pans out this season. So that does put us second in the table. Not much on goal difference, unfortunately. Man City leading the way, but we do draw Atletico Madrid, Celtic and Monaco. I'm sure not many teams will be relishing playing us. The Euro Super Cup, there's confirmation. Charity Shield, there's confirmation. We do draw Derby in the Carabao Cup, and we enter the third round in the FA Cup. Really looking forward to this with Haaland. Our front runner now. We are now second favourites to win the league. Newcastle spend big as well. Soucek they've got from West Ham for 62, £49 million Alberto, £37 million Tete from Shakhtar as well. But other big names going through. Lucas Hernandez to Man City 44, Benacer as well to Tottenham for 53. So big money go through. £1.63 billion spent though in the window, so it's considerably more than last season. So let's go ahead and simulate season 3. We want to win everything, and we're well on our way to doing it. And as we come to the end of season 3, and we've only just gone and done it again twice on the bounce now, we have retained the English Premier Division, this time by 4 points away from Liverpool, Man U and City finishing 4th. Arsenal finish a credible 6th. Leicester just behind them. Newcastle are into the Europa League. Brentford are into the Europa League 2, amazingly. Wolves, Brighton and Watford go down. But look at Erlen Harland. He managed to get the 50 goal mark that Lukaku only just missed out on last season. But 50 goals for him, over double than Lautaro Martinez. And he also gets the best player in the league as well. We also finished most goals with 101. We only lost 4 games this season as well, which is quite remarkable. And only conceded 34. Chances created into the 200s once more. League results then. We do lose to Liverpool earlier on in the campaign, 2-0. But we remain unbeaten again till we play Liverpool once more. So we've lost to Liverpool twice, 3-2 and 2-0. The first 2 losses of our campaign. But we do have some solid results in this. 6-1 against Newcastle though. Brentford 4-0. Man City we draw. We do beat Tottenham, Arsenal in as many games. We do lose to Man U though, 2-0 at home. Disappointing. We can't seem to beat the Manchester clubs for some bizarre reason. And Man City we lose as well. So there are 4 games. So Liverpool, Man U and City. And then there's our incredible run towards the end. A 6-1 against Watford, 6-2 against Arsenal even. Wow. 5-1 Brighton, 4-0 Everton, and Leicester we win 3-2 on the final day. The FA Cup we only get as far as the quarterfinals, of which we lose after extra time. 1 minute to go, we couldn't hold on at all or even steal it ourselves. But along the way beat Wigan, Ipswich and Liverpool. We do manage to beat Liverpool in a game though. Carabao Cup we get as far as the quarterfinals here as well. After beating Derby, even Man U we beat in the Cup 3-0 at home. Harland with a hat-trick. Harland with a brace in there, 2-2 draw of West Ham, which we, I think we beat West Ham, I think in the Charity Shield or something, one of the seasons, but to lose on penalties after, well, we concede 2 late goals, wow, 91st and 94th minute goal, wow, 2-0 up as well, that's just disgraceful. Champions League, we only get as far as the first knockout round, losing to Barcelona as well, and did Lukaku score in one of them games? He did, didn't he? He had to. He started the ball rolling in the first game. And did he... We did beat them at home. It just wasn't enough. But 3-1. In the group stages, faultless. Monaco, we beat them twice. 3-1 and 1-0. Celtic, 3-1 and 5-2. And Atletico Madrid, 3-1-0. With Fofana getting a couple of goals in there as well. So no other silverware to match the league, the Super Cup and the Charity Shield. So 3 trophies this season, so we can't grumble too much. We just need to get a little bit further in the European competitions. The squad wise then, let's have a look at the damage Harland has done this season. 69 goals in his first season. That's phenomenal. Really is. Nobody else is really close. Havertz with 13, 9 for Odoi, Koundé with 8, Pedri getting 7 despite playing 53 games. Not as many as last season. He got 26 or 20 odd assists last season, only 12 this time. Our squad looks very, very small now, doesn't it? But a lot of goals through the rest of the team, but again there's a massive gap here. Absolutely crazy. How did Pulisic do? 4 goals this time. Broja getting a couple of games, 4 goals from him as well, the 22-year-old. Sesko, 1 goal in 6. I'm hoping we'll see a bit more of him as well. Assist-wise, coming from Mount, Havertz and Pedri in the double figures. Same with Reece James and Pulisic. And then right through the rest of the team. In fact, only 4 people did not get an assist, including Mendy, Sesko, Broja and Chalobah as well. Kepa managed to get a assist himself in the 4 games he did play. No wonder he's happy. Wow, that's not a bad season so far, but more importantly, what are they going to be giving us for this 4th season then? £73 million. We're hoping that it's going to rise a little bit more. We may have to offload a couple of players as well and bring in another couple of more signature players in. We are very, very short on squad though. Kante's a quandary at the moment. Do we keep him or do we let him go? Perfectly honest, at 33 years old, he can still do it. But we definitely need another strong central midfielder. And I think there was another one. Kovacic is still in there with a shout. We could do one more. And Rudiger as well, the other 30-year-old. And of course, Mendy. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with Mendy. Do we look to offload him and bring in somebody else? I mean, he's consistently getting better with clean sheets, and he's conceded a lot less this time round as well. So he's getting into his prime. In about a year or two, we will want to look at changing him. Right, let's go and spend some of this money, and we'll show you what we've done. Right, we're starting off in reverse order then. Samuel Ricky, Italian. He comes to the club in midfield. I thought we need to get another youngster in here just to prep him for the seasons to come. We are in the 4th season currently, so I think he'll if he gets a bit of game time, I'd be quite happy. But for 23 years old, stats look really, really good as well. And we only pick him up for a measly £51 million in total. Yes, I mean, this is reverse in order. We have spent a fair bit though. Played okay in Italy with Empoli. Not bad few stats, but overall I think he'll be quite good for this team as well. I mean, he's got a bit of potential to come. Whether or not he'll make it in this in the Premiership, we shall see. Next up is Roger Ibanez, backup centre-back. Again, we had some spare cash. We wanted to spend big, really, and there wasn't anybody that was really standing out or that we could really afford. We did have a couple of players that we did want, and the board threw it out the window purely because it was just far too much. But again, a centre-back, a youngster, 25 years old though. He's almost at his potential. Very, very good physicals though. It looks amazing. We do spend up to £70 million on him. Probably a little bit excessive. But again, players that we wanted to bring in, they were available. We picked them up. And I think they're going to stand quite good for at least a backup. Quite an expensive backup, mind, but a backup all the same. And then our main signing is Alex Marieba. I know, look at them attributes. They look really, really good. And he's a midfield orchestra as well. 21 years old. Wow. Did cost a little bit, I'm not going to lie. £81 million. That was its release clause. He was our first signing. Press the button, yes. Let's bring him in. Midfielder, we needed somebody else in there, and with Kante being a little bit older, and I don't think he's signed a new contract, or I think we've let him go, I can't quite remember. But again, we had some money. We thought we needed to strengthen at least the midfield up. Everywhere else is pretty solid. I think the only places really we do need to really have backups is the wing backs and possibly another goalkeeper, but that could be for the final season. Other than that, I think we are pretty good for the outfield players. I just can't get over them stats for a 21-year-old. I mean, that is just and he's not even at his potential yet. I'm so excited for this season. So all in all, £181 million spent, but out the door, who goes, do you ask? Well, Chalobah, he's gone to Barcelona for £51 million. It was an offer we couldn't refuse. He wasn't really playing that much. I think he had about 20 games over the past couple of seasons. Sorry to see him go. Same with Kante as well. PSG picked him up for £22.5 million. Again, it was only worth about 30. We should have sold him a couple of seasons back. But I think we did quite well out of him. Timo Werner, he's finally gone. He's gone to Napoli for £10 million as well. Some of the other youngsters are out as well. And there was one more player that we did say goodbye to, if I can see him. Conor Gallagher. Now, that was a shock. Arsenal came in for £43 million. Yes, please. He's very good as a backup, I'm not going to lie, but not really much game time with us. 28 games in total. We couldn't say no. So, on top of that, we did reasonably well, really, transfer-wise. Money, we are £5 million in the red. We've got a little bit of budget left. We're not going to use that. Window's over. So, with that in mind, the tactics for this season, we have got our front four of Pulisic, Pedri, Havertz and Harland. Mount's in there somewhere. He might get some game time. Marieba will probably play in the centre somewhere. Fofana and Koundé and Mendy, it's as you were. We're just bringing them a couple of additional players. I mean, we have got a very, very solid side. I mean, we could just blank out the attacking three. But when I was doing it before, Pedri kept dropping down into the midfield. And that's not where I want him. So, in order to keep him there, that's where we're going to put him. Pre-season so far, well, just look at them results. 5-0, 17-0, 14-0. Then we beat Dortmund 4-0. With Harland scoring one of the goals. Atletico Madrid, we win 4-1. Then we played the Community Shield, where we beat Newcastle. So it's another trophy on the board for us. Man U, we beat 5-4. Leicester 2-1. Arsenal 2-1. Very, very close. And Marieba's getting quite a few goals as well, which I'm really, really happy with. That does put us top of the table, 3 from 3. We do draw Milan, Rangers and Ludogorets in the Champions League. Confirmation of the Community Shield. The Carabao Cup, we've drawn Norwich, and we enter the FA Cup in the 3rd round. Let's have a look, see where they got us previewed now. Still 2nd, but we're not that far behind Man City now. We've got Harland and Havertz. They're our 2 best guys. I'm surprised, like even Pedri's not even in there. It's quite bizarre. So you can see our 3 signings there: Ricky, Ibanez, and Marieba. with Chalobah going the other way. In fact, we occupy the top 4. Lazio pick up Zinchenko from Man City for 37. Nobody else really doing that much of a bit of business, really. So maybe this could be another year where we get another trophy. So we're aiming for the Champions League if we can, but some more trophies won't go amiss. Let's simulate season 4 and let's go and win some more trophies. Once again, we lift the Premiership, and it is looking very good. As we look down the list of teams in that top half, Brentford have sneaked in ahead of Tottenham for a Europa League spot. Amazing. Newcastle in the Europa 2, Leicester in Europa League, Man U in Europa League, Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool in the Champions League as well as ourselves. We win 30 games, drawn 4, lost 4. Incidentally, who are them against? Everton, Man City, Newcastle and Liverpool. Okay. 100 goals though. Again, we're hitting triple figures. 61 goal difference. 39 against. It's not too bad. It's not the best, but I do believe we need to do a little bit better still going into the final season. But 94 points. Harland, 49 goals. Not quite the 50 last season, but still 49 goals. He gets the top player of the season. Havertz, second best as well. Havertz also gets 22 goals himself. Amazing. He even gets the most chances created. Most assists is Havertz. Pedri close behind with Mount as well on 10. Wow. I mean, that is pure. That's just brilliant. That really is. For Fofana, most interceptions made. We also top the charts most scored and most chances created. Not quite the 200 plus that we have seen in the previous seasons, but that is a good sight though. 3 wins on the bounce. So let's wade through the results then. So we had a good start, then we lose our first couple of games on the bounce, actually Liverpool and Newcastle at the end of October, beginning November, but we're still ploughing the results. A lot of wins on the bounce here. Teams you would expect us to beat. 5-0 against Blackburn, 1-0 against Tottenham there. A lot of 4-0s against the lower teams. Man City we lose to before beating Newcastle, drawing with Liverpool, beating Leeds 5-2 and then beating Tottenham again. 6-0 against West Ham as well as a 1-0 win over United. And then we lose our last game 4-1 to Everton. What on earth? The FA Cup, we win it. We finally win a cup competition as well. That is superb. I knew this was going to be the season that we'd try and win everything. So the domestic treble, I believe, the FA Cup, the League Cup and the Charity Shield. I'm not sure about the Carabao Cup yet, but 4-0 against Sheffield Wednesday. Burnley we smashed 6-0 at home after a 2-2 draw at their place. Bournemouth we smash. Newcastle we beat. We beat Man U after extra time and we beat Liverpool in the final with Harland, Ricky and Fofana all scoring in there. Fofana with an 87th minute winner. Look at that. We were 2-1 down as well with 12 minutes to go. Even better. I mean, that is just absolutely amazing. So another trophy chalked off. The Carabao Cup. Oh my word, what happened here? We beat Norwich 4-0, Tottenham 1-0, Wigan 4-0, and then we beat Everton 4-1, which you would think at that point would go straight through to the final. We lost 6-5 on aggregate. 121st minute winner there for Everton. We had it all in the bag. We had it in the bag. 2 late goals. That is, I mean, to lose to Everton as well. I mean, that's just sickening. It really is. The Champions League, how far did we get? We get out the group stages. We beat Leipzig 5-0 on aggregate, so that's great. Quarterfinals, we beat Milan on penalties as well. Excellent. At least we go through on penalties. And then, wow, another semi-final defeat this time in the Champions League, but 6-2. That sucks. It really does. Ben Chilwell, own goal, Mbappe scoring 4 goals. Wow, all in the last couple of minutes as well. I think when we were going for the push. But at least we got to the latter stages of all competitions though. So the squad then, already I could see, my God, look at that. Erlen Harland, 80 goals this season. 34 for Havertz as well. 10 for Pedri, 10 for Mount. And then nobody else really comes close. But that is absolutely phenomenal. Havertz did sign a new contract as well this season. That is just absolutely crazy. My word, that is just... I don't think we can have a A player like it. I wonder if Lukaku would have done the same. We'll have a look on Lukaku as well. Assist-wise, Havertz, Mount in the 20s, Pedri on 17, Reece James 12. Assists right through the whole team apart from Mendy, Kepa, who had 7 games as well though. Sesko scoring 3 goals. Not really getting much game time though, is he? To be perfectly honest, I'm not surprised. And Ibanez getting 1 goal actually in his 20 appearances as sub. Can't say fairer than that. I mean, everybody's getting game time. Did everybody get game time? Pretty much. And Gilmore even gets a few games as well. Ambrosia as well, he got quite a bit with 4 assists and a goal. I mean, that is pretty darn good. I mean, our side looks really, really good at the moment. Real Madrid go on to win the Champions League and Man City go on to win the Carabao Cup. Let's have a look at some of the staff. I mean, our staffing is not great. It really is. Our scouts look awful. I don't understand what our chairman or whoever's recruiting these people are, but they're not doing a very, very good job. Quick look at the club vision though. Play entertaining football. The reserving judgment. You're having a joke. Play attacking foot. What? Unbelievable. Do not sign players over the age of 30. Well, they're delighted with that at least anyway. We failed to become the most reputable team in England. How can we not be? We've won the league for the 3 seasons on the bounce. We've just won the FA Cup. We've won the Charity Shield a few times as well. I mean, we can't get any, can't get better than that, can we? Surely, that's just mad. Finances, what they're going to do? Well, they're not stretching the boat out this time, are they? I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't think there's any positions really we need to improve. Maybe the goalkeeping situation, or definitely wing backs. I think that's that's all we need to improve. I think if we can get somebody in for that, then great. We'll take it from there. But I'm disappointed that that's all they've given us. Sponsorships, it's 120. There's 150, 60. I mean, the sponsorship tab's gone up, but not by an awful lot. Debts, what we like on debts, £22 million in. Nah, you know what? That's not a lot, is it? Really, considering. I'm disappointed. I'm not going to lie. Right, okay, we're going into the final season then. Let's go and add a couple of more additions to the squad, and then we'll be right back to simulate the final season, see if we can go for 4 premierships on the bounce and that elusive Champions League. Siver or Siver Ass, he comes to Chelsea, 21-year-old. He is going to be sitting in our under-23s. He's not quite there yet, I don't think. But we had some last bit of cash to use up, and there's nobody really out there that we could really pick up. So another midfielder, hopefully he's going to be a little bit of class later on. But stats-wise, it looks okay, I'm not going to lie. It's not first-team potential, I guess, but could be useful as a backup. £11.75 million from Inter Milan. He's had a few games there. 1 good game last season. Whether he's one for the future or not, but we had some money and he was probably one of the better players that was out there, that was available to us just to spend the money. But we do say hello to Aaron Hickey, Scottish. We spent a little bit of money on him. A left back, wing back. He can play at the right hand side as well. I think he's going to be quite useful to us, really, to be fair. Physicals look not bad at all. Mentals even better. And to be fair, he can cross the ball and he can run with it. So that's all that's needed. Whether or not he'll get some game time. He's had a few games with us already, though. But whopping £43 million from Bologna. Another player from Italy. He had a good few seasons over there. I mean, he's had 2 games with us already, though, to be fair. So we'll see how he gets on. But other than that, I thought he looked reasonably well. Again, we were struggling to get players in and we didn't really know where to improve. The goalkeeping situation, we do need a new goalkeeper, but again, there wasn't anybody out there within our price range. Unless you're going to be hitting the 30-year-olds, you might as well stick with who you have. But Aaron Hickey, welcome to the team. At 23 years old, pretty good potential. I think he'll be at least warming the bench up and we'll have a very, very good backup. So overall, not much money being spent. A few coming in as well for the youngsters. Out the door goes Owusu for $7.5 million to 10 to Brentford. And I think that was it. I think one more that went. I think it was Georgie Sanchez. He went to Middlesbrough for £32 million. And that was it. I mean, I'm disappointed he went. But again, he didn't really play that much for us. First 3 games, actually. I say he didn't play very much. He was with us for 3 seasons, to be fair. Didn't really have any much of a game time last season, but he's already playing well for Middlesbrough. So other than that, very, very minimalist on spending this season. And that's why, because we're £33 million in the red. Not much money has come in, if at all. And yeah, they're being rather strict with us. They're giving us 21, the guarantee for next season, but you know, we're into our last season now. So, pre-season has gone okay. We've had some big scores and starting our campaign against Liverpool in the Charity Shield. We pick up another trophy. Harland with a brace. Ricky with a third on 93rd. A 3-1 victory. That's not bad to start the season off. And then Middlesbrough. I mean, look at that. I mean, you'd expect Harland to net quite a few here. He only got 1. Pedri got a couple. Reece James, Kunde, Havertz scoring a brace as well. 8-2 to start the season off. Absolutely phenomenal. Then we drew with Arsenal 1-1. Disappointing considering we took the lead. And then Brighton we smashed 6-3 as well. So goals are plenty. Conceding plenty as well. Pulisic with a hat-trick. Haaland with 1. He needs to get his goal scoring touch back, I think. And that does leave us second in the table. 2 points behind Newcastle, who are top. Middlesbrough are 7th, actually. Everton, United, Liverpool, Man City are 12th. They're struggling a little bit. Tottenham right behind them. Champions League, we pick up Villarreal, Shakhtar, and FC. I think that's Stoya Bucharest. Romanian, is that? It is. I think that's Stoya Bucharest. We pick up Barnsley in the Carabao Cup. Confirmation of the Charity Shield. Let's go and grab a couple of more trophies along the way. See if we can win this 4th Premiership on the bounce, which will conclude a very, very satisfying rebuild. But more importantly, we want this Champions League. Right, for the final time, we do not disappoint. We go on to win the league for a 4th time on the bounce. 28 wins though, 6 draws, still the 4 losses to United, Burnley, Liverpool and Fulham, all very close. But 123 goals. But again, 54 goals conceded. There are issues at the back somewhere along the lines. I'm still reckoning it's a goalkeeper, but as there was nobody available, we just had to make do. 90 points, but 69 goal difference. But of them 123 goals, Haaland has scored 63, an incredible 42 goals ahead of Daka. And another one away from Calvert-Lewin. That is absolutely phenomenal. Haaland, 8.26. Best player in the league behind, ahead of Havertz and Fofana even. Havertz gets most assists with Pulisic closely behind. And the pair of them again, most chances made in the league. Fofana, Kunde, most interceptions made. We score the most goals. We create the most chances. And we're on a 5-game unbeaten run as well. Liverpool with 10. So Liverpool come close, 90 points as well. But we win on the goal difference, thankfully. Thankfully, it's not head-to-head. We did beat them 3-0 and we lost 3-2. So it would have been a better head-to-head even then. But 123 goals, that's phenomenal for a final season. And we drew 3-3 in the last game. Liverpool beating Burnley 6-1. I mean, what a crazy season that's turned out to be. Tottenham finished in 14th position, mind. Man City in 9th. They've really dropped off the wagon there. With Middlesbrough getting into Europa 2. Burnley in the Europa League. I mean, that's just, it's all types of craziness going on here. Ballon d'Or, which is named the World Golden Ball in this occasion. Lukaku, when he was with us, got both awards in 21-22. Then Harland just literally takes over. That's mental. 93 goals he got in 57 games. Is that ready for this whole season? That's just, oh wow, it just blows you away. So, how did this unfold? We lost our first game to Fulham 3-2. I mean, that is something you do not expect. Then beating Newcastle and Tottenham. Then we lose to Liverpool the following month. And then we go on a long unbeaten run, actually. A lot of goals, a lot of games won. 5-2 Brentford. Man U, we beat 4-1. Everton 5-2. A lot of revenge going on from the previous seasons. Norwich 3-0. There's a 5-3. 8-1 against Burnley there. Haaland with 4 goals. I was going to say, has he scored in every single game? It wouldn't surprise. I mean, he got all 5 goals here against Everton in that game. Wow. Liverpool, we win 3-0. Haaland. I mean, if we didn't have Haaland, Lukaku probably could have done the job, but for how long we don't know. But I think with the players that we got, I think whoever you stuck up front would have got a lot of goals. But Haaland is just somebody special. I mean, he has just scored in he scored in every game in January. Burnley, we lose 2-0 after smashing them earlier on. Wow. Arsenal 4-2, Middlesbrough 2-0. The goals just keep flying in. Any other big surprises? Man U, we lose 3-1 at Old Trafford. Man City, we beat 4-2. Tottenham 4-1. I mean, there's a lot of big scores going in there. A lot. The FA Cup, we do get to the final once again, but falling short once more against Liverpool, no less. 1-0. First minute as well. Wow, we just couldn't fight back. That really hurts. In fact, Harland did play. We did have an injury to Pulisic as well. Wow. But along the way, we beat Reading, we beat Barnsley, Millwall, Leicester on penalties, Man U in the semi. I mean, it's a good route, but to lose in the final, it could have been a domestic double at this point. But no fear, the Carabao Cup is at Chelsea. We do win the Carabao Cup in the end. Finally, one of them ones that we haven't won yet in this save. Beat Barnsley on penalties. We beat Man City 5-2, then 6-0 against Palace. But we do beat Liverpool in the semi-finals 3-2 on aggregate. Haaland netting all the goals. And then we beat Man U in the final. Rashford scoring a hat-trick and Haaland getting a brace. Obviously getting the winner as well. That is phenomenal. I mean, that's great stuff. At least another trophy. So alongside the Charity Shield, the League, and now the Carabao, it is a domestic treble. Would have been nice with the FA Cup though, but we did get to the final. The Champions League, we didn't get very far. We got as far as the quarterfinals this time, losing to PSG. We got smashed away from home for Fofana scoring the goal there. And then our home form kind of let us down a little bit. I expected Haaland to help us to European glory, but it wasn't to be. Juventus, we smashed 5-1. 5-1 away from home, actually. Haaland hat-trick. Like I say, Haaland, if it weren't for him, we wouldn't be in the places where we did get to. Stoya, we beat 3-0 and 9-0. Villarreal 1-1 and 2-1. And Shakhtar, we smashed, scoring 5 goals in each of the games. I mean, that's just incredible alone. So confirmation then, top of the table. Quarterfinals by PSG, but eventually won by AC Milan. Runners up to Liverpool in the FA Cup, but we do win the Carabao and the Community Shield. So the squad, how did the squad do? So let's have a look at... I'm laughing because we have got a 100-goal player. Haaland has netted 109 goals in a season. That's just take his 109 goals away and we struggle, maybe. It's literally 2 a game nearly. That's just incredible. Out of interest, 162 goals in 112 appearances in the league. 297 and 295 overall. But if we just add up what he's done for us, I mean, 69 goals there, 80 goals there, 109 goals there. That's just, I mean, that's just excessive. The player is an absolute beast, and he's only worth £124 million. That's crazy. Havertz close behind with 25. Pulisic and Pedri both scoring as well. Again, not a lot of assists from Pedri though, even though he's played 61 games. Fofana with 6, Sesko with 4 goals, Koundé with 4 goals as well. Everybody netting a few goals. Let's have a look at the assists because it seems a lot. So Havertz with 36 assists to go alongside his 25 goals. I mean, that's 61 goals there he's been involved in. Pulisic, 30 assists. That's 46 goals he's been... I mean, Mount even 44 games with 16 assists. Hickey, his first season as well, getting us some game time, 35 in fact, 15 assists. Reece James 13, Pedri 11, Marieba with 10. It's just been an absolute phenomenal season. It really has. I mean, that is just incredible. I'm absolutely loved playing this, and to have, I mean, maybe it's a cheat with Haaland, I don't know, but that is That's absolutely amazing. What's nice to see is Chelsea winning the league 4 times on the bounce. So, I mean, that is just incredible. But if we just have a look at how well we've done as a manager, then how many trophies did we pick up in the end? So if we just have a look at managers, 4 league wins and 9 cup wins. And the only cup competition eluding us was the Champions League, unfortunately. We did win the Europa of sorts, but not the Champions League. I mean, that it is really, really incredible. I mean, 13 trophies in all. That is absolutely amazing. Right, that's where we're going to leave it. If you've watched this far, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate all the support. If you have any other ideas for any other rebuilds, let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Smash the like button on the video if you enjoyed this one, and if you just think Erlen Harland is an absolute beast. And is he a cheat code for FM22? He really does seem to be, doesn't he? And until the next rebuild, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.